So my hope was that my next video would be about D&D. I wanted to talk about how to run really engaging encounters, how to do things that like your group is going to really remember. But I have another bad customer service experience to share. I shared that other one with the Navy vet, which, if anyone saw that, they actually resolved that in our favor, the chargeback that happened. So I guess they looked at the stuff that we sent them and said, like, yeah, this chargeback's ridiculous, and credited us. So credit to Facebook or the card issuer involved there that they resolved that fairly. Um, but now I have a new kind of situation that happened. It's very brief, just one message. But man, it's quite the message. So let's move over to Etsy where I just got a message in. Here we go. Okay, so let's read. I ordered two bags from you guys. One was yellow, made for 15 dice. The other was red and made for 100 dice. I received two of the same bags, both made for 15 dice. I will point out at this point, I was ready to be like, oh yeah, no problem. We'll send you out a replacement. You just hold on to the other one. Sorry about that mistake. Not a big deal. Sorry for the inconvenience. That's usually what we do. We have a very generous and proactive kind of policy on that on mistakes that we make. Well, let's go back to the message. I made the mistake of continuing to read. Is there anything that can be done to fix this issue? If not, it's kind of cheap of you to Jew me out of $5 plus the additional shipping for the bag price. It's kind of exactly kind of cheap of you. Jew me. I don't know. I need to switch the thing. I could just read. It's like in front of me. Oh, there's kind of cheap of you to Jew me out of it. How do you reply to a message like this? And you know, we have Jewish people on our staff. How do you reply to this? You know, part of me wants to go. This dude's in Pennsylvania. You know, like maybe he doesn't know any Jews. You know, maybe he's never met any. Because in my experience, most of the Jews I've met are incredibly generous, incredibly generous. Um, you know, I've had an experience with one Jewish landlord who was really not. He really was that stereotype of like being greedy, but the majority don't fit that stereotype at all, in my experience, and I think in many people's experience. Because that stereotype's nonsense, made up, not true. And so, how do I reply? Do I reply like, "Hey, you're in Pennsylvania, maybe you don't know any Jews, so like, just want to enlighten you about this a little bit. I want to talk to you about this," or do I just say like, "Hey, I think you may have made a mistake with your original message. Would you care to rewrite it in a way that maybe doesn't mention a group of people you don't like or something like that, or that you have feelings about, or maybe just say like that kind of terminology is hate speech. We're not going to listen to your request until that hate speech is gone, or we're just not going to do anything for you because of that." I don't know. And also, like, how stupid is this? His issue would have just been resolved, but he decided to open his damn mouth about some group of people he doesn't like. I can't imagine, like, if you had issues with a bunch of companies and you sent it like this, I'd have to imagine that a good number of those companies would be like, we're not addressing your issue at all. I think if you, like, a lot of companies would straight up ban you for, for this kind of speech. I think if he filed a complaint with Etsy, that there's an equal chance that they resolve in his favor as they do ban him. They might resolve in his favor and ban him, or not even look at his request at all and just ban him. It's clearly against their terms of service. It's clearly ridiculous. Like, why would you? It makes no sense. On Yeah. So how do you reply to that? I don't even know. But like, I kind of wanted to make this video just to show that like this apparently still happens. I'll say I've had in the 10 plus years of retail experience I have, I've had one other situation that was basically identical to this one. It was someone trading in stuff, and they at some point said like, "Now don't Jew me out of like some extra dollars or something," when I was looking at their trade in. So it still happens, though it's uncommon. Um, Crazy. It's crazy. I did write a reply, and maybe I could have done it 5 different ways. I considered writing other ways, but briefly, I just said like, "Hey, normally these matters are simple. We would just ship you out a replacement at no extra charge and apologize for the mistake. Unfortunately, you have complicated this matter by including hate speech in your comments against Jewish people." I said, I see you're in Pennsylvania. Maybe you don't know any Jewish people, but just to let you know, like, we know many up here, and that stereotype is wrong. And then I said, like, I'm not sure where to go from here. If someone came into your workplace and said some discriminatory language against a group that of people that you knew and or liked, like, what would you do? Would you like help them like nothing happened? What do you expect us to do now? See if he replies. Maybe he'll apologize, and maybe we'll end up sending his replacement. I think it's likely that we may like refund him for the thing that we sent by mistake, and then say never do business with us again. Never do business with us again. Yeah. I don't know. What are you saying in this kind of situation? Yeah. So just wanted to get out there in the universe that this kind of stuff still happens, though I will say in my experience it's pretty uncommon. Ridiculous. Man, this week I had these interactions that are just absurd. All right, well, hopefully my next video about the D&D encounters will come out. I feel like I have a lot of useful things to say about that, but um, hopefully I'll get there at some point. Take care, everyone. Bye. Ugh.